Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Red Inc. So today's video, we're going to be covering all the new decks that are be coming out in BT4, whether it be changing already existing decks or just bringing in totally new things, just completely taking over the meta. We're going to cover them all in this, alright? Let's get into this. Also, don't forget about our Patreon this month. It is going to be the Untitled here. These are our memory counters. This is going to be what the final product looks like. Ultimately, we went with the painted on eyes and mouth this time rather than the clay versions. Everything else there is clay though. These are incredible. These are by far my favorite memory counters so far. I want to use this memory counter all the time, every time moving forward, just because it looks that good. I cannot wait for next month's. But like, that is so good, like by far the best one we've had yet. So make sure you get into the Patreon this month. This is going to be for May 2021. So got about 2 weeks left, or by the time this comes out, maybe just 1 week. So definitely get on that ASAP. Okay, so looking at the meta, where I originally based all my stuff off of is getting results from Japan and overseas in the Asian community, because they get the game before we do in the English release. So we see how their meta developed, right? And then we kind of base our own off kind of as a foundation, and then we build upon what they do. We do a lot of things differently here that you didn't really see over there. Like examples are like the Mega Zoo decks that we play over here are, I would say, pretty different from the Mega Zoo decks that are played across the seas, as well as stuff like the McDonald's deck, right? That just kind of came out of nowhere and just took the meta by storm. So when we look at these new decks, remember that they will probably change when they come over here, and just how English players just adapt to what we've already had before and just make it their own. So I get all of my information for my foundations here at the TCG review Facebook page. These guys are awesome. I love this. They give us, bar graphs and everything, and charts of what decks are performing well and that sort of thing, as well as they give us access to their page here, and they record every single Digimon used in these tournaments, so you can click through here, all the different stuff. I'm not sponsored by these guys. I just love them so much, and I just want to get their information out there. And they literally record all the decks here, every Digimon used, the date that it was used, all this stuff. Great place for information for sure. So jumping right in here, looking at this bar graph, right here is when BT4 released in Japan, and so this is what we kind of get to see of what was taking their meta by storm. There in the beginning, there was green. That first week, everyone wanted to play green. Then green started dying off, and yellow started taking over, right? So we've got, and it says right here, we got the Slash Angemon, Wargreymon, and then the Chaos Volder Arms, and then Chaosmon down here for green, Nidhogman, Hercules Kabuterimon. I want to point out, though, that when BT4 released, they still did not have a ban list for green. So they still had full power Argomon level 5, as well as the Hidden Potential at level 5. So Hidden Potential with Nidhogg was busted, okay? It was absolutely disgusting. Having 4 copies of Hidden Potential to just get Nidhogg out essentially for free was just mind-blowing. So we're not going to have that full power green. That's like the first thing I want to touch on. We're not going to have the same level of green here, and even green was dying off and yellow was still taking over. Yellow is still at full power though, mind you. But yeah, we're going to go take a look at these, as well as Wargreymon also was doing really well for red. It says the Omega Red package here was in there as well, but the deck was so not even focused on that. Ultimately, it was very much like this Wargreymon, as well as like the new Digiburst stuff. And so you're going to see a lot of Digibursting like centric decks. All right, and so honestly, I'm probably going to start with what I consider probably going to be what my go-to is, probably the best of the format. Yellow at this point, yellow was already pretty good when Shine Greymon came out, right? Shine Greymon has been just one of those decks that's been in the meta forever. Once it came out in Japan, it has literally topped in every single format since it came out. Less so now, but it's still one of those decks that just always keeps making a comeback. Now, though, yellow is going to be taking on a different form in the new meta here. They get access to Wargreymon, and while this isn't necessarily like one of the main things of the deck, it is just a nice new aggro piece for the deck. And when attacking once per turn, you may add the top card of your security stack to your hand to unsuspend this Digimon, and have one of your opponent's Digimon get minus 6,000 DP for the turn. So we're doing multiple things here, right? Essentially, we're attacking and getting to unsuspend ourselves for a second attack, which is already great. Sure, you have to return a security, but you get to add it to your hand at least, so it's not trashing it. So you're actually getting more advantage in a way, even though you're losing one security. But you're getting a second attack out of this, as well as you're minusing 6,000 DP on something. So one, you could be attacking into something big, minusing the security on it. Now you're killing it, or minusing the DP on it. Sorry, not the security. Minusing the DP on it, so now it's more killable. Minus 6,000 DP. I don't think there's anything in the game that's going to be still stronger at that point that Wargreymon here can't come run over. So that is already really cool. As well as it's a nice removal. Honestly, so like a blocker, say they have two blockers, you attack, kill one with the attack, and then minus 6,000 DP on the other, kill the other one, so you're killing multiple things in one go, especially because we have the new blockers, so there's going to be so much more blockers in the meta now, and in being able to just clear more blockers is great. So very, very cool piece. It has access to the Wargreymon now. I'm loving the Wargreymon. Definitely one of the better level 5s in the game right now. With BT4 coming out, Yellow gets access to this guy, so it's a Digiburst 2. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for the turn. Also, this is just a main. It's not an on Digivolve effect, so that's pretty cool. I don't think there's any way to put more underneath Yellow at the moment, so you get the level 2, the level 3, and the level 4. So at the moment, you can only activate his skill once per turn. But if you have another way to put a Digivolution source under this guy, you could essentially get 2 pops with it. I can't quite think of how you can do that in Yellow, though. But still really cool, as well as a little DP buff here as inheritable. Not really here about the DP buff, though. Definitely about the removal. Just lots and lots of removal going on. I think cards like the Patamon, right? The inheritable for Patamon, when you delete an opponent's Digimon by reducing its DP cost, and you gain 1 memory. I think that Patamon is going to be great. I had it in some of my builds, my Shine Greymon build, if you haven't seen it already. I used the Patamon in there because I think he's just an outstanding card. And he's going to be even better now because now Yellow doesn't have to build up these big boards of Tamers anymore to trigger all this, DP reduction. Now Yellow just kind of gets to do it as it evolves and as it goes. It's just DP reduction here, there, everywhere, even more so than ever was before. Before it was like lots of little things like minus 1,000 here, minus 1,000 there, or just a big nuke, right? Like Glorious Burst or something like that. Whereas now, just as you Digivolve, you just get to casually do it. So Wargreymon, great. Wargreymon, also very, very cool. In addition to that, though, it really combos nicely. So the Wargreymon Digivolving, right, lowering something by 4,000, and then Digivolving a Slash Angemon on this. So Slash Angemon making a comeback again. Slash Angemon was like the best way to run Yellow when the 1.0 booster packs came out. And then at 1.5, he kind of fell off because Shine Greymon showed up and just kind of took over the Yellow meta. Slash Angemon coming back now for sure. In combination with his Wargreymon, the two of them combined is just pretty much delete almost anything you want, or at least lower it enough. I mean, you could go Wargreymon, right? Delete something, Slash Angemon, lower something, run it over, right? That's really great. They work in tandem really nicely for sure. You can either delete one big thing or multiple little things. And then also going off of that, we have Chaosmon. So we got Valder Arm here that's going to go in Yellow. When Digivolving, activate activate the following effect twice. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7,000 DP for the turn. So you get to kill something with Wargreymon, right? Something small. Kill something with Slash Angemon that's, decent. And then kill either 2 things with, Valder Arm here, or 1 big thing. Or use them all to kill like 2 big things. I mean, the combinations with these are incredible. You think, well, that's a lot to do. That's a lot of memory needed. Well, I mean, really, if you already have the Wargreymon like sitting in the raising area, you promoting this turn, and, you know, Digiburst, right? So you're still sitting at like 3 memory roughly, going to slash Angemon. Now you're sitting at 0, and then you go into the Chaosmon, Valder Arm to pass turn. So yeah, you can essentially get all 3 of these off in one turn, clear the whole opponent's field for what? I mean, 9 memory there, 2 evolutions. I mean, that's just way easier, I feel like, at least personally, to get that combo off than building a huge board full of Tamers and then dropping a single Digimon evolution, you know, just to get the big machine gun that Wargreymon has. So that requires a lot of setup. This, not so much, and you can spread it out, right? So you can do a little bit on one turn, a little bit on another turn, a little bit on another turn. Whereas the Wargreymon, you know, you're waiting for the exact moment, and then you play it, and then you got to do it all at once. This is just like casually, turn after turn, just step up into another piece. You know, every time they put something else down, you know, you just go into the next step of this evolution and take that out too. Yellow's just yellow looking good. All right, yellow looking really good. Definitely what I'm going to be playing with first. But we have green also. Green, while yes, it took a hit, and we've already experienced the hit here, I think green's still going to be amazing. Just because we are so much like great stuff coming out for green. The big one, Nidhogman, right? Nidhogman is crazy good. The Digiburst 4 and suspend all of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. Then place all of your opponent's suspended Digimon at the bottom of their the owner's deck in any order, and trash all advantage illusion sources. So say your opponent like swung in with all their big stuff, and then you go into Nidhogman, and now you get to not only clear all their big stuff, but also any little stuff is now going to get cleared. So it's kind of like an Alter S, but kind of better than Alter S, really. Just because you get to just clear out all the big stuff that they have. Also gets around like non-destruction stuff, so like Craniumon, right? It gets around Craniumon, Millenniummon. It gets around Millenniummon's survivable effects. All this awesome stuff. Even if you like suspend an Alter, or an Alter S is suspended, or an Omnimon, you know, whatever. All these level 5 or level 6s and level 7s. If Alter S digivolves them, you know, by 1, usually they don't actually die to Alter S's blow up ability. Where if Nidhogg gets around that. Now the only thing is, this is a memory cost of 5, right, to digivolve him. Thankfully his effect is when digivolving and not main, because if it was main, he would not be very good. But when digivolving, you can pass your turn with this. Great stuff for sure. We do still have the 1 copy of Hidden Potential, so we can get 1 Nidhogg out for free at least. So I don't think he's going to be like a max of, you know, 4 of in a deck, but I think he's a solid 3 of. Thankfully, like I said, he's when digivolving, so you can still do this like to pass your turn and still get that board blow up. So, and 13,000 DP is just huge. He's on a level 6, no less. Yeah, Nidhogg is going to be putting in some work for green for sure. Loving this card. I'm probably going to plan to run it at a 3 of, like straight up 3 of, no questions asked. Very powerful stuff. But to combo off of him, right, we've got the Digiburst stuff. So right here we have the level 4, the Sunflowermon. Digiburst 2, one of your opponent's suspended Digimon doesn't unsuspend during your opponent's next unsuspend phase. That's kind of cool. You know, you're looking at things similar to Puppetmon, right? But Puppetmon's a huge play cost, whereas this is just an evolution too, and then you get to just do it for free. That's really great to, you know, at least shut down one thing, shut down a blocker, or you know, something that's attacked already, you know, stuff like that. Really cool stuff coming out for green. Really liking this. Lots of suspending stuff. As well as where Lilamon here. Digiburst 2, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So Sunflowermon, it has to already be suspended, and it stays suspended. Whereas Lilamon, Digiburst 2, to activate this, suspend it, and then green has so much piercing available to them that, you know, you get to just suspend exactly what you want, and now you just get swing over it, you know, clear it off the field with your piercing. Like, great combination. Lilamon definitely put in a lot of work in Japan so far. So loving the combinations of stuff here. Don't forget though, not only are we getting BT4, but we're also getting the starter decks for green, black, and purple. And green is getting some really cool stuff here. The Hercules Kabuterimon is going to be like one of your other big level 6s, right? So they were, at the time in Japan, they were running a lot of Hercules Kabuterimon with the Nidhogman, and then going into the Chaos Mons on top of these guys. But again, we don't have quite the nice package of getting up into those things. You know, no hidden potentials anymore, or at least just the one. But still, piercing here is great. And then the Digiburst 2, now same thing as like the Lilamon. You get to pick what you want to suspend and then swing over it with your Hercules Kabuterimon. Getting that piercing is really cool. But what I'm loving, though, about green, like the selling point for green for me, is this guy right here, Mega Kabuterimon, the level 5. Your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, trash the top card of your opponent's security. That's so cool. So you're not triggering it or anything like that. You just get to trash it straight up. Like, that's so powerful. And it's just, you don't even need piercing, right? So piercing is just a nice bonus because essentially you're getting 2 checks with this guy. You're swinging in, you're killing something, you're trashing something, and then the piercing is going to trash something else. So yeah, loving the Mega Kabuterimon. And like I said, you don't even need piercing for this. Just keep clearing your opponent's field. Using the, some of the stuff that we have in our toolbox here to suspend stuff, and then just swing over it and keep killing stuff and just sending your opponent's security to the trash with the Mega Kabuterimon. Yeah. Green looking really good. Green and yellow both. You know, green might be missing some like big and important stuff, but it's still gonna be, I think, like phenomenal. Like I said, not only would they have that package, but they have both Chaos Mons at their disposal. So we already covered Valderarm and just how like great utility that can be. Also, I forgot to mention on deletion gain 3 memory. So if they have to kill it, then not only does they're probably passing their turn killing it, but then they've also going to lose 3 more memory. So the turn it comes back to you after this guy gets destroyed, I'm telling you, it's going to be probably a pretty good turn. But green also has access to the other Chaos Mon, which has piercing, which is great because, you know, we already saw why piercing is good on green. But also when digivolving, you get to unsuspend this guy and then attack again into an opponent's Digimon, and you can pick unsuspended stuff. So clearing out really problematic things is going to be great for green here. Just like I said, green's going to be phenomenal. Yellow's going to be phenomenal. Loving these guys. You cannot attack for game with this, though. It has to be into a Digimon, just FYI on that. Alright, the next, I'm just going to throw both of these in the same like category here, but we've got the Ancients, right? The Ancient Greymon and the Ancient Garurumon. These are going to be like your hybrid decks, right? You're really going to be focusing in on these hybrid builds, because that's how you're going to trigger off multiples of their stuff. So like the Ancient Greymon here, he gets +1 security attack for each Digimon in its Digivolution chain that has either Greymon or it is a hybrid Digimon. So you can swing for kind of like a Ragnalordmon kind of style here, and you can just swing for a whole bunch of stuff or a whole bunch of security checks. Very, very powerful. Also, when it's deleted, you get to just kind of get a bonus card played on field, a bonus level 4 essentially. So that's pretty cool. From hand though, so just FYI, it does need to be in your hand to trigger that. But he kind of replaces himself, so that's really, really nice. Especially if, like, what if they die, you know, on like security 5, and now you need something to swing for game next turn with. So he kind of sets himself up with a good position there. So Ancient Greymon, very cool. That's just an alter art. Ancient Garurumon here. Once per turn, you may unsuspend up to 2 of your Digimon with Garuru in their names or hybrid. So that's really great. And also, he replaces himself when he dies. So when attacking, you may unsuspend. So once per turn. So this allows you to help push for game. You get a whole bunch of attacks in, essentially. Whereas Ancient Greymon, if he dies like Gaia Force on like security check 1, you're kind of done, right? Ancient Garurumon, though, is really great because you get to attack with the other 2, and then Digivolve into this guy and unsuspend those, and then attack. You know, essentially you're getting what? 5 attacks in with the Ancient Garurumon potentially. You know, the 2 swings, and then the 3rd with him, and then unsuspend the other 2 and swing with those. I mean, that's a lot of attacks with Ancient Garurumon. Now, do I think the Ancients are going to be like top of meta? No. Like, they're really gimmicky. They're really expensive Digivolution costs. But one of the reasons I think that these guys didn't like just come out of the gate swinging in Japan was because they didn't have their promos available. Whereas I'm going to pull up the website right here. Our power-up pack this time around, that's the one where if you buy 18 booster packs in one go, you get a single power-up pack. So if you buy 2 boxes, you get 3 power-up packs. That's going to give us access to the promo versions of Lobomon and Agunimon. And these guys are cool. I think these guys is what really is going to make the decks great and playable. Because when attacking, this Digimon can Digivolve into an Ancient Greymon in your hand for a memory cost of only 2, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. If it does, delete this Digimon at the end of the turn. So, yeah, you know, you're going to lose this like level 6, but you're going to go straight from a level 4 into a level 6, and for only 2 memory, right? As opposed to the 5 memory that you normally have to Digivolve into. So, and then you're going to get the +1 security because Agunimon is a hybrid. So you're going to get the Ancient Greymon swing with the Agunimon, and that's just really, really awesome stuff. If Agunimon is on top of, or Lobomon, they both have the same effect here for their respective ones. If you Digivolve them on top of, oh, where are they? The level 3 versions, right? The level 3 versions are also hybrid types. So Flamemon here, you go Agunimon on top of Flamemon, and then swing with the Agunimon, the promo one, I should mind you, not this one here, but the promo one. Now that's 2 hybrids going to be underneath Ancient Greymon. So now you're getting essentially 3 security checks with that Ancient Greymon. The same thing works for the Ancient Garurumon here with Strabimon. So also, I love this artwork. This artwork is like one of the coolest I've seen in this game in a long time. Also, it being a hybrid deck, you just get access to you know, these guys, and you're gonna have them in your deck anyway. A lot of like winning decks in Japan were running at least like 2 hybrids, 2 copies of the level 4 hybrids, just because you can Digivolve these on top of your tamers that have been around for the, like, you know, several turns of the game. You know, you've got lots of value off of them. Now your opponent's, you know, down to 0 security, and you can swing for game. Just Digivolving these guys onto your tamers is just really nice. All right, our next 2 decks here are both going to be purple decks. Purple just looking really, really fun, really, really cool. I don't know how competitive it's going to be, but I feel like it's going to be competitive enough that you can have a lot of fun. You don't feel like if you play it, you're going to like hate yourself. I've seen it do really cool stuff, so we'll just go ahead and get into this and let me know what you think. I'm definitely curious of other people's opinions for sure moving ahead with purple here. So LadyDevimon here. Opponent's turn, once per turn, when a card is removed from security stack, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. On deletion, your opponent trashes 2 cards in their hand. Get out multiples of these guys, and if they clear one of your security, you're clearing away multiples for every LadyDevimon that you have. Like, how crazy powerful is that? Yeah, he's a level 6, he's a 4 cost, but with the promo that we're getting of the rookie, oh man. So where is he? Right here in the same Great Legend power-up that we're talking about, the power-up packs, this Devimon here that we're getting is awesome. So his effect here is if you have 7 or more Digimon cards with Devimon in their names in your trash, you may play 1 LadyDevimon from your trash without paying its memory cost. So what we're doing here is we're playing a whole bunch of trashing cards. So you've got this LadyDevimon, you've got the vanilla rookie LadyDevimon, or the rookie LadyDevimon, right? You have, oh goodness, what are all of them? The on-play promo of trash top 2 cards of your security Devimon or LadyDevimon. You have the good old Devimon, right? The level 4 with retaliation that everyone in purple always plays. You have that one. There's a new Devimon here that's pretty interesting. Digiburst 2 to delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. You know, a little rookie rush check. I don't know how much this one's going to be used quite yet. But we also have the new blocker in the starter deck for purple that is a Devimon. You know, he's a 1-cost evolution, 5,000 DP. You have him. You have this Neo Devimon. Well, opponent's turn, when an opponent plays a tamer, gain 3 memory. Lots of tamers coming in. So no longer is it just going to be like Shine Greymon, and that's really the only tamers you see. No, with hybrid decks coming in and just really good tamers just in general, this guy is going to be great. So gaining 3 memory, I think you'll probably get it at least, somewhere in there. Just an interesting one. Maybe not a must-have, but very, very interesting nonetheless. Also is an inheritable opponent's turn. When an opponent tamer becomes suspended, gain 1 memory. So even if you Digivolve on top of this guy, knowing when you should Digivolve on top of him, that sort of thing, you can get his inheritable as well. Pretty interesting. Again, not too sure about this one. Same with the Devimon here. I don't know, because essentially for your level 4s, you're going to be playing the old Devimon, the really good one, the new blocker Devimon, and then probably you're going to be sticking with your Vilemon for those blockers, just because pretty much I think all level 4s are in the Japan's meta. Everyone was running both of the level 4 blockers just to shut down everything. Shut down Rookie Rush for sure. Here in the US, I know we have Rookie Rush everywhere here, so it'll probably be a good check for that as well. So I don't know how much this Devimon will get a lot of use out of, and not too certain on the Neo Devimon because he is situational. He's not good against every opponent, but he's still cool either way. But just makes getting at this Dan Devimon with the promo Demi Devimon really, really easy. And it seems like a fun deck. Also, look at this artwork. Looking straight up like Venom or Carnage over here. Probably Venom because it's black, but like that is some cool artwork for sure. Just very interesting of a deck coming out for sure for purple. But that's not even really the main purple deck that I think is going to dominate. Anubismon being released, and especially at only an uncommon rarity. When Digivolving, you may play 1 level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. That already is kind of neat, just getting a free stuff out of the trash. Also, you get their on-play effects, which is so crucial because we have lots of really good on-play stuff with purple, like the Demi Devimon I mentioned earlier, where on-play, trash the top cards of your deck. We have the new Labramon here, on-play, trigger, draw 1, trash 1, so that's really cool, getting in combination with the Anubismon. But the real highlight of Anubismon is your turn when you play a Digimon from your trash. Doesn't matter what level it is, if it comes out of your trash, comes into play, that Digimon gains Rush for the turn. So Anubismon is going to be really, really strong. Purple, kind of like a Rookie Rush strategy, is what I don't know if there's a name for it yet, but it's essentially Purple Rookie Rush. Like you get your Labramons back, you can get Lucymon back if you're taking in a Lucymon, right? Because you're going to be filling up your trash pretty well to make sure you have lots of stuff to choose from. So getting Lucymon on field is pretty cool, just its normal on play, as well as it's getting it again with Anubismon when Anubismon comes out. Yeah, like that's a pretty nasty combo for sure. But coming back over here, looking at the promo packs here, the dash packs. The dash packs for BT4 is this Metal Garurumon here, the Black Wargreymon, and then this Grand Kawagamon here. Isn't anything too special. The Black Wargreymon could make a splash in black. It just lets them unsuspend with a Digiburst, which is kind of cool. So you can get multiple attacks off with the Black Wargreymon. But this Metal Garurumon here is nuts. Like, this is going to be the most sought after like dash pack card, I swear. It's going to be this Metal Garurumon. Digiburst 2. And use a purple option card with a memory cost of 7 or less in your hand without paying its memory cost. So a free 7. So that's a free trump sword that this isn't on Digivolve or anything. This is just a main effect. So when you Digivolve into this guy, you can use his effect twice. As long as you have the materials underneath him, you can get this effect off twice. That is essentially 17 memory that you're spending in one turn. And that's assuming it's still your turn. So you get two of the 7 costs. That's 14 memory. His Digivolve cost of 3, and then whatever else Digivolve costs. So you play a Millenniumon on top of this guy after you pop his effects. Wow, that's 23 memory that you've spent in one turn. And essentially, if you start only at 3, you can get all of that off. You can still get 23 memory spent if you start at 3 memory. Oh my God, how powerful is that? Like, that's crazy. So what a big combination is that we were seeing here is the Anubismon on field with the new Metal Garurumon that we just saw, and then you combine it with the Nailbone, which is in the starter deck. I forgot where it was for a second there. The Nailbone is in the starter deck, and this is a new cost, a new 7-cost option card for purple here. You may play 1 purple level 3 Digimon and 1 purple level 4 Digimon card from your trash without paying their memory cost. You don't get their on-play effects, but again, you're getting Anubismon's effect, so both of those, level 3 and the level 4, both of them have Rush. So you get to play this Nailbone here for free, and then get those guys on field, and then attack with them, right? Oh my goodness. On play effects, on deletion effects, whatever it is that makes you happy. You can get your Devimons back for more retaliation, killing off big stuff. Nailbone is good. Like, Nailbone is crazy. Like, I see this card as, he's kind of like a Piedmon in a way, whereas Piedmon got out 2 level 4s. Nailbone, you're getting out only 1 level 4, but also a level 1, so you still get 2 bodies on field, you know, so that's very important. So it's on par with Piedmon in that aspect, that you're getting 2 bodies on field, but you're just getting 1 level 1 and a level 4. So, but you're only a 7 cost, as opposed to Piedmon's, what, Piedmon's 12 cost, or 13 cost, something like that, crazy? Yeah, so Nailbone is way cheaper for sure, and being able to play it for free with the Metal Garurumon, nasty combo. Nasty combos for sure. Loving purple. Just crazy stuff that you can do with this deck now. 23 memory in 1 turn. How nuts, how absurd is that? Or at least just 20 memory if you already had the Metal Garurumon like in the raising area or whatever. Wow, just the potential of purple is looking really nice. It was great in 1.0. 1.5, it was pretty lackluster, but I feel like 4.0, it's coming back again. So definitely excited to be running some purple. Okay, the last one, I do want to kind of touch on black a little bit. Black just has never been in a good place. Since the game has been around, a pure black deck has just not done anything, ever. I mean, it might get a top here and there, but I mean, like, consistently getting wins in tournaments, black has never done it, which is a shame because there's a lot of good stuff in here. Like, black has a lot of really cool stuff. That original Wargreymon, right, that had reboot and blocker built in, like, I feel like that card should have been amazing, but it just wasn't. It just never really did much of anything, and they've had other stuff as well that has just been really cool, but just never really done anything. But now black is going to get access to kind of their own Rookie Rush like strategy here. So we've got the Tankmon here, Tankdramon. On your turn, when one of your other Digimon with D Brigade in its type is deleted, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Commandramon among them without paying its memory cost. Place the remaining cards on the bottom of the deck in any order. So essentially, yes, Rookie Rush in a way, because you're just going to keep like flooding the field with more and more of your rookies. Essentially just Commandramons. Also, this Commandramon, on deletion, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Commandramon among them without paying its memory cost. So he replaces himself, and if you also have a Tankdramon, you get another one on top of that. That's just really good. And we'll just go ahead and look up Commandramon here just to see how many there are. So yeah, in total, we've got 3 rookies that we can max out on. So that's 12 rookies right there already of just Commandramons. And then you max out on the Tankdramons as well. So now you make sure you keep at least 1 Tankdramon on field. So that way all your Commandramon just keep replenishing themselves. And that's just a kind of a neat black strategy that they have available now. They also have the Blastmon here, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. He's at least he's 13,000 DP on a level 6. This is cool. Security attack +1. Okay, sure. When attacking, your opponent may choose one of their unsuspended Digimon. If they do, switch the target to that. So essentially, he makes all your opponent's unsuspended Digimon have the blocker keyword, which is odd. I guess because his level cost is so low, his evolution cost is so low, they gave him a kind of a bit of a drawback. But oh man, black has this new option card, right? This right here, the punch card. So it's a 2 cost, not that big a deal. A 2 cost option, fairly nice. one of your Digimon gets plus 3,000 until the end of your opponent's next turn. Already really good. Then if that Digimon has 16,000 DP or more, that Digimon gains blocker, reboot, and security attack +1 until the end of your opponent's next turn. So you get to just swing with, you know, whatever. So probably swing with like the Blastmon here. Maybe get some nice security checks going on. Digivolve on top of this guy with like an Alter S or a Millenniummon, right? Oh man, just the possibilities. And so he gets reboot and blocker. No one's gonna want to swing into an Alter S that has blocker, okay? Just like, who would want to, you know? Because he's sitting at 18,000 DP. So yeah, just a really cool option card. Black has some cool stuff available. Now, will it do anything? Going back and looking at that chart for the original one here, Black just not doing anything. Blue not doing anything. Again, though, red and blue are going to have the ancients at their disposal, whereas when this released in Japan at the time, they didn't have those promos that we talked about earlier. So maybe that will change things here. So maybe we'll see a little bit more red and blue play. Black, I'm not holding out for Black. While it does have some neat things that make it playable still, I don't expect it to do much, just because while it's cool, it doesn't have just that impact ability that yellow and green both have. The cards in yellow and green are just absurd. The board control with both of these decks, just being able to constantly, like, green suspending all your opponent's stuff and then just piercing over all of it. Yellow just reducing the DP of all this stuff. Just every evolution is reducing more and more DP, and you just get to clear your opponent's field through just pure evolutions. That's really powerful for yellow. Red, kind of interesting with the Victory Greymon. Definitely excited for this one. Just Digiburst 2, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less. So, I mean, that's really nice. You're just getting more clear. 8,000 or less, you know, that's respectable at least. It's no Gaia Force, but that effect right there is already better than like Skull Greymon. Skull Greymon's normally just popping low-level blockers. Very rarely do you get to drop a Skull Greymon and pop something huge, right? So, you know, for a level 6, yeah, he's a 4 cost, but at least his effect is when Digivolving. So as soon as he comes out, even if you pass your turn, you still get to at least use this effect to kill something. So yeah, Red's got some neat things. They've got a level 5 that gets security attack +1, right? So you can use this and your Greymon, your level 4 Greymon, use them together to get some crazy security punches. They've got Rise Greymon, which we're not going to cover here in this video. It is an incredible card. It's one of the most powerful cards in this set. The strategies we talked about in particular, I'm not really going to go in depth on like how this is applicable. I just wanted to cover the highlights of every deck and what they're doing. You also have Geo Greymon, which delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. I mean, that's kind of neat if you want to run that. Mostly though, it's just going to be kind of interesting how all these different decks are going to like evolve essentially. Alter S is going to pick up some interesting stepping stones if you want to keep playing Alter S. The hybrids for yellow and blue are going to be really cool. I don't know if they're going to do anything or not. Just time will have to see. Yellow, we already covered yellow, and just it's getting to just nuke the whole field, just constantly lowering DP and killing stuff. Green is constantly suspending things and then either attacking over it with piercing or just dropping Nidhogg to blow it all up. Yeah, Nidhogg. Ugh, goodness, what a gnarly card. Black, you know, neat stuff. Will it do anything? Probably not. Will it be fun? Heck yeah, it'll be fun. Heck yeah, all those Commandromons just constantly replacing themselves. I cannot wait to see that in a game where that just pops off. It's going to be so great to watch. Purple having like 2 different decks that they can play now that are like in addition to all their other forms. The Anubismon with the Nailbone combination, right, and the Metal Garurumon getting to play it for free, as well as, you know, like Night Raid, stuff like that, old stuff. Anubismon going to be crazy in a deck, and then the Devimon deck is crazy. Also, Mega Zoo. This is looking mighty tasty for Mega Zoo. I just want to point that out. The Chaos Mons, both of them are going to be just nuts. Like, any deck that can play these guys is going to benefit so hard. Green, clearly more than others because he gets to play both. Very excited for this set. super excited for this set. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment, as well as subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoy this type of content, I try to put it out as much as possible, so definitely subscribe. Also, if you really enjoyed the content, check out my Patreon. I have a link in the description below for it. You can get access to my Discord server, as well as if you're a Dragon Village M fan, account takeovers where I help you out with your account. If you're a Digimon fan, I've got monthly giveaway, well, not even giveaways, I've got monthly merch that's specific to Patreon, stuff like memory counters, custom made. This is the baby form of Vmon here. There's going to be more in the works also, so lots of memory counters, all kinds of awesome Digimon merch. So definitely check out that tier, and if you're just all out crazy, there's other tiers if you're that dedicated. As well as check out my Teespring. I've got awesome merch there, you know, official Battle Ready Ink merch. Awesome phone cases for you Digimon fans out there. They've got them for iPhones as well as Samsungs, so they are super sweet. If you've seen the last Digimon movie, that's where these are from. I had a friend of mine custom make these so that way they fit perfectly on these phone cases. They look super good, so definitely check those out. But at the end of the day, if you can't do any of that, just like I said, like the video, that helps a ton, and subscribe. It doesn't hurt, but it helps me. So that's what's the real benefit. And as always, I'll see you next time.